Welcome back, everybody. This is Dwayne, and this is my post-beam construction house. If you're new to the channel, I've been building this house for about a year now and just doing it piece by piece. What you're looking at are 5-inch by 5-inch posts and 1/4 inch thick. The trusses were definitely the biggest part of my build as far as time-wise and just, me having to DIY this thing. I've got over 1,400 welds on this building, and I did every single part of this truss by myself. Used my truck as kind of a scaffold slash platform and just welded these in place. Went through a lot of different scenarios on how to do these, but because we wanted this lean-to style building and it was this big of a span, I had to get custom trusses or I had to make them myself. So anyways, but you see here, this is lateral bracing. This is what's kind of holding the building in place as far as it moving too much. It's a pretty rigid frame anyways, because, the posts are welded, the trusses are welded to the post. I have bolts going through the trusses to the post. So there's some redundancies built in here. But anyways, the lateral bracing just keeps the building from moving around a lot while we construct it. And here you can just kind of see, this is like my day-to-day right now. When you're building a house like this, the way I'm building it, it's really just kind of, you wear a lot of different hats. Like right now, I'm putting on my roofing outfit here to do the sheathing for the roof. All I do here, you're going to see, is I would drive my truck up section by section, and I would load this OSB onto my truck and just do it piece by piece. And it's really nice having this platform on my truck because it allowed me to just, do it safely, and I didn't have to lift all these pieces, high up in the air and try to finagle them around because my truck was underneath me all the time. So it worked out really, really well. So anyways, yeah, so that's what's going on here. So I went back and forth on whether or not to even put sheathing on. We decided that it was the best thing to do for us because, it creates this nice barrier. It adds a little shear strength to your building too by doing this. And it also creates a nice barrier between the metal and the inside of the building. Kind of reduces noise a little bit, like say during monsoon season and things like that. Overall, it just makes the house a little bit stronger and, helps with insulation too. I do have closed cell foam boards that I got a while back. That big black tarp behind me there, you see, that's all closed cell foam insulation, 3-inch thick. So I'm going to be doing a combination inside of probably doing some spray insulation foam and that. But anyways, if you're wondering, do you have to do OSB as sheathing for a build like this? No, some people don't. But I personally, for me, it made more sense as I looked, and it's really divided on this type of thing. There's a lot of people that just say, oh, we don't need it. It definitely would save you money if you don't use it. This tractor is, it's a 1968 Ford, and it's really old, and it's kind of hard to drive here. But you can see right here, the only reason I did it this way, where I have to pull this from the tractor over, is because my truck, it's kind of a weird angle you can't really see here, but I couldn't get my tractor, faced directly to the truck here, so I had to pull it on here. Usually what I would do here with this is the tractor, I had a little platform on my truck. I made some forks for my tractor, and just I would lift, sheets of OSB up like this and just set them down on the truck and back out. But right here, since we're at the end of the building, you can see the laundry sheds in the way there. It was just, I couldn't get in that way, but usually I didn't do it this way, just so you know. And you're going to see how I lift these up onto the roof. So the interesting thing about doing DIY projects like this that I've learned over the years is that by the time you figure out a good system of doing things and, you start getting in the groove, the project's over or that section of the project's over. So that's just how it works. But yeah, by the time I got to the end here, I really just had everything down the way I wanted to do it. It was just a nice system and it worked. And then before you know it, I'm done. So then I'm like, okay. So if you're watching this from like different parts of the country, you may wonder, why I would make a roof like this. And you may say, well, that would never hold up where I live. Just know that in the Arizona desert, we don't really get hardly any snow. And sometimes we don't get any snow. And so it's just different out here. And we get rain once a year. So the loads on our roofs are a lot different. The main thing that we have to deal with here is wind. And so, when you're going to see a roof slope like this, yes, I'm aware that this wouldn't work in other places, but out here you can get away with it. In fact, you'll see a lot of flat roofs out here too. So, yeah, I hope that answers that question. But anyways, if you keep following along, I'll keep updating here. I'll try to do a video once a week or once every couple weeks here just to go through the process. But like I said, you can follow along and see my other videos. And I hope everybody had a good new year, and I'll talk to you soon.